Welcome everyone, and thanks for joining us for today's episode of Canal Days. As always, I am your host Carrie, along with my co-host, founder of Historical Tours of Greater Holyoke, Robert Kumu. Our Canal Days series delves into the vast collection of historical sites throughout Massachusetts with Robert's expertise of the local history as our personal guide. Each episode, we uncover history throughout local communities with historic houses, meaningful monuments, preeminent pivotal pioneers, and remarkable remaining remnants, all while uncovering their seminal significance. Today's episode of Canal Days will be canvassing the Hampden County Courthouse of Springfield, Massachusetts. So, can you reveal the early history of the courthouse?
Yes, it's a very interesting courthouse, and we're going to talk about not only that, but also its design and structure because of who made there and where it's located, what's there now. But the history was in 1869, the Commonwealth of Massachusetts asked Henry Hobson Richardson if he could come up with a design for a courthouse in Springfield. And he did just that. It was started to be built in 1871, for his designs. And by 1874, it was then ready to go up. And quite beautiful it was, for sure. And there's a nice beauty to it in the sense that it's very uniform. Also, there's a nice beauty to it because of the nice tower above it. It's a Romanesque style tower to it. Also, it's quite beautiful in the very uniform brickwork that takes place. And almost all of his works, they have deep windows. These are only about medium deep. He would, in later years, develop it so that they would go deeper. He was one of the three greatest architects in the United States history. Frank Lloyd Wright in his homes is one. Louis Sullivan in his skyscrapers is two. And Henry Hobson Richardson in his gorgeous Richardsonian Romanesque structures, including the Trinity Church in Boston, is the third one.
And clarify where the Hampden County Courthouse is located.
All right, at the end of Elm Street. It's now very close to East Columbus Avenue. And it faces officially into the direction of the side of the First Church Congregational of Springfield. So it makes up the back quadrant of Court Square in Springfield. So it's one of those spectacular buildings that is along the perimeter of Court Square. And it's near the modern courthouse, which is built on the modernist style with glass and steel beams. And it's also very close, only about 200 feet away, from the Springfield District Court. So this is definitely a courtyard alley.
And we'll be right back after a few words. Are you fascinated by local history and eager to investigate the obscure treasures off the beaten path throughout the state of Massachusetts? Or maybe just seeking an unforgettable cultural activity for family and friends to enjoy? Look no further than Historical Tours of Greater Holyoke, founded by Robert Kumu. With over a decade of experience, Robert offers captivating tours and presentations of historic sites and landmarks throughout the state. Whether you're interested in canals, cemeteries, charming churches, or more, Robert's tours provide a unique and enriching experience for all. And that's not it. You can also schedule private tours tailored to your interests, ensuring a personalized adventure and unforgettable memories. Perfect for families and groups of all sizes, making for an exciting hands-on learning experience that brings history to life. Please visit holyokecanaltour.org or email bobcat4214 capital B at yahoo.com to book your private tour today. But wait, there's more. Don't miss out on Robert's podcast and video series, Canal Days, where you can dive even deeper into the vital history of the Connecticut River Valley. Plus, for those who may not be local or would rather enjoy on the go, or from the comfort of their home, Canal Days brings the adventure right to your screen. So don't miss out. Uncover the pivotal past with historical tours of Greater Holyoke to make your own history with memories that will last a lifetime. Remember to log on to HolyokeCanalTour.org for more information and secure your personalized experience today. What is the design and structure of the courthouse like?
The design and structure is based off the principles of Henry Hobson Richardson. It has a double tower in the sense that they're both one on top of each other. So there's a four-sided tower on the very top, but that's rested on another four-sided tower. And just that double piece is about 30 feet in height by itself. And then it has a bit of a fortress look. There's no typical horizontal bands that he is famous for that are of darker color than the rest of the building. And also the windows, they might be called Romanesque, but they're enclosed on the top, so you don't see them really wrapping around in a circle. So it's still Romanesque, but it's quite different. And it's lasted a long time, and I don't think it had repairs. It used to be 4 Henry Hobson Richardson's designed structures within Springfield. 2 were churches, and 2 are civic structures. I think there's only 1 or 2 left. This Hampden County Courthouse is left, and also the North Church, which is a Congregational church, is also left, and that's very close to St. Michael's Cathedral. So he still has a lot of work within the community left, and that's nice to know. And even if this is not one of his best works, it's still one of his works. And so I hope that they can keep up and don't let it go because the other 2 are gone.
And can you inform us on what is there now?
Right now there is a juvenile courthouse of Springfield. So for the younger people, when they have committed crimes and are arrested, they have to go to this place. Springfield Juvenile Court is completely fills that building. And that's good because it's a private location. The main entrance has switched. It used to be right next to the Springfield Congregational Church at the end of Am Street, but now it's switched 180 degrees around. It's on the other side of the building. And so when people go in there, they don't get the main effect of what a great building looks like. But at least it's being used, which is always a good sign because you know that they'll try to maintain it.
And thanks for listening to our Canal Days episode of the Hampden County Courthouse in Springfield, Massachusetts, and for joining us on our journey through the rich history of the Connecticut River Valley. We hope you enjoyed uncovering some of the hidden and overlooked marvels and their fascinating stories that shaped our past in the state of Massachusetts. A special thanks to Robert Comuth, founder of the Historical Tours of Greater Holyoke, for sharing his passion and expertise with us. Remember, you can find more information about Robert's tours, book private tours, and explore the Canal Days video and podcast series at HolyokeCanalTour.org. And if you enjoyed today's episode, please like, comment, and share. We'd love to hear your thoughts and suggestions for future episodes. Don't forget to keep exploring and discovering the history that is hidden in plain sight all around us. Thanks for listening, and don't forget to tune in to our next episode of Canal Days. Until next time.